He froze the moment he saw her. A tiny girl, barefoot, shivering, digging through a dumpster behind the closed diner as the rain soaked her hair. She looked no older than 7. He stepped closer, thinking she might be hungry, until she turned her face toward the streetlight. He knew that face. The entire state knew that face. She was the missing heiress, little Clara Whitmore, the child whose disappearance had sparked one of the largest searches in the country. Posters, billboards, news alerts, everyone was looking for her. And now, here she was, alone, filthy, terrified. When their eyes met, she whispered one sentence that would change his entire life. "Please, don't let them take me back." Marcus Hale wasn't supposed to be there that night. He had closed his auto shop late, exhausted after another long day trying to keep the struggling business afloat. The diner across the street was shut down for the night, the rain had turned to a cold November drizzle, and he just wanted to get home to his small apartment. Life had been tight since his mother passed away, and loneliness seemed to echo louder every night. As he crossed the parking lot, he heard something, a soft scraping sound. At first, he thought it was a stray dog. But then he spotted her, a small silhouette climbing into the dumpster behind the diner, rummaging through bags with trembling hands. Something about the scene felt wrong. A child shouldn't be out there alone. Especially not at midnight, especially not in this storm. He approached slowly. "Hey, are you okay?" he asked gently, not wanting to scare her. She flinched but didn't run. That was the first sign. Most kids would have bolted. Instead, she just stared at him, eyes huge, dark circles under them, lips trembling. Her clothes were torn deliberately, it seemed, and her hair was knotted like she'd been running for days. "I'm just hungry," she whispered. Marcus offered her his jacket. She hesitated before taking it, wrapping it around herself like it was the first warmth she'd felt in weeks. Then she stepped into the light. And in that moment, Marcus felt his chest tighten. He knew that face. Everyone did. Clara Whitmore. Age 7. Missing for 14 days. Amber alerts. Endless news cycles. A millionaire family begging for answers. Her poster had been taped to the window of his auto shop just 2 days ago. Marcus swallowed hard. "Clara." The girl froze, eyes wide with fear. Her chin quivered, but she didn't deny it. She just looked around, terrified, as if someone might leap out of the shadows. "They're looking for you," Marcus said softly. "I know," she whispered. "That's why I ran." Marcus was stunned. Ran? From who? From the kidnappers? From her own home? None of it made sense. But before he could ask more, thunder cracked across the sky, and Clara clutched his sleeve with both hands. "Please," she begged, voice cracking. "Please don't call them. Don't make me go back. They're bad people. They hurt me. They'll hurt you too." Marcus felt something deep inside him, a protective instinct he hadn't felt since taking care of his mother during her illness. This little girl wasn't lying. Her fear was too real, too raw. He knew he should call the police. He knew the world was searching for her. But he also knew sometimes the truth behind a disappearance is darker than what's shown on TV. "Okay," he said quietly. "You're safe with me. But I need you to tell me everything." Clara's shoulders shook as she sobbed. She wasn't just missing. She was running from someone powerful. Someone she feared more than being lost. Marcus put her in his truck and drove her to his apartment. As she ate the soup he reheated, Marcus sat across from her, listening to her story unfold in pieces, whispers of secrets, threats, locked rooms, and a shadowy figure she called the man with the silver ring. But every time she reached a part that mattered, she grew too scared to continue. "Are they coming after you?" Marcus asked. Clara stared at the door. "They never stop." For the first time in years, Marcus felt the weight of responsibility he'd been missing since his mother passed. This little girl needed him. And he wasn't going to fail her. Outside his window, a black car rolled slowly down the street. And Clara's face went pale. Marcus barely slept that night. He kept checking the window, heart pounding whenever headlights passed by. Clara slept on the couch, curled up under a blanket, clutching a stuffed bear he'd dug out from an old box of childhood things. It looked far too big for her small arms, but she held it like a lifeline. As morning came, Clara opened up more. Her father, the wealthy Whitmore patriarch, was not the loving, desperate man the public believed him to be. The Whitmore family looked perfect on magazine covers, but behind closed doors, greed and corruption ran deep. Clara told Marcus about whispered meetings at night, strange men visiting the estate, and arguments about inheritance and trust funds. She didn't understand the words, but Marcus did. She was the heir to billions. And someone had wanted her out of the way. Clara revealed the truth through tears. A trusted family member, a man who wore a silver ring with an engraved serpent, had tried to take her away during the night. He said it was for safety. But Clara heard enough to know she wasn't safe at all. She'd escaped through a window. She'd been running ever since. Marcus felt anger boiling inside him. A child, just 7 years old, running alone for nearly 2 weeks, hiding, starving, terrified. And the people who should have protected her were the ones trying to silence her. "I won't let them find you," Marcus promised. But fate had other plans. That evening, as Marcus helped Clara wash up and finally relax, the sound of heavy knocking echoed through the apartment. 3 slow, deliberate knocks. Not like police. Not like neighbors. Marcus looked through the peephole. His stomach dropped. It was a man in a tailored suit. Perfect hair. Cold expression. And on his right hand, gleaming under the hallway light, a silver serpent ring. Clara gasped and backed away instantly, trembling so hard she could barely stand. Marcus motioned her to hide behind the bedroom door. She nodded, tears streaming silently down her face. He opened the door just enough to look out. "Can I help you?" Marcus asked, voice steady though his pulse hammered like a drum. The man smiled politely. Too politely. "I'm searching for someone. A little girl. I believe she might have passed through this building. It's a sensitive family matter." Marcus stepped in front of the doorway. "Haven't seen anyone." The man's eyes narrowed slightly. He spoke softer. "She belongs with people who care about her." Behind Marcus, he heard Clara's faint whimper. Just enough for the man's gaze to sharpen. "Sir," the man said, voice dropping to a chilling tone, "if you know something, it would be wise to tell me." Marcus felt rage burn in his chest. "Get off my property." The man smirked, slowly, knowingly. "This isn't over." As he walked down the hall, Marcus felt a pit form in his stomach. These people were powerful. Dangerous. They wouldn't stop. He shut the door, locked the deadbolt, and turned to Clara, who collapsed into his arms, sobbing uncontrollably. "It's okay," Marcus whispered. "I'll protect you. I promise." But they both knew this wasn't simple anymore. It wasn't just about hiding a missing heiress. It was about exposing the truth behind one of the richest families in the state, while protecting a child who had already survived the unimaginable. And Marcus Hale, ordinary mechanic, broke, lonely, was now the only person standing between her and the shadows hunting her. This was only the beginning.